What if the part of you that hurts, that makes you angry, could become the part that helps you push through? Not by ignoring it, not by healing it, but by harnessing it. What if you could harness it as dark fuel and turn it into drive, into a forward-moving momentum that lets you power through anything? In this video, we'll uncover the powerful but dangerous force hiding in your emotional basement. We'll explore how Bruce Wayne, Anakin Skywalker, Michael Jordan, Elon Musk, and others tap into their darker drives, and how you can use that same force without letting it take over. And just so it's said up front, using dark fuel is a highly potent technique, but it's not clean. It comes at a cost. Use this technique sparingly. Only tap into it when the light is not enough to carry you through. Welcome to Mindflix, where we break down powerful moments from iconic films and uncover the mental models, life lessons, and big questions hiding inside them. If you like this video and want to see more, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another episode. When Bruce Wayne watches his parents die in front of him, everything changes. One moment, they are walking him home. Warm, alive, safe. The next, a gunshot, a scream, blood on the pavement. And just like that, Bruce is alone, swallowed by grief, flooded with rage, haunted by shame. He blames himself for being afraid. He blames the world for being cruel. He carries it all, the fear, the guilt, the pain, and for years it festers. But under the brutal guidance of Ra's al Ghul, something changes. Bruce stops trying to escape those feelings and starts learning how to wield them. He doesn't erase the fear, he reframes it. He doesn't bury the rage, he disciplines it. He becomes the thing others fear in the shadows. He chooses the bat as a symbol and turns it into his armor. Batman isn't just a mask he hides behind. He's a weapon forged from every piece of Bruce's past that once hurt him, turned into dark fuel that creates strength, willpower, and forward-moving momentum. And that is the heart of what we'll call the Dark Fuel Protocol, a three-part framework to harness hurt, fear, and anger into power. But before we get into exactly how to do it, let me show you what happens when dark fuel is used in the real world. In a 2009 study, participants were asked to submerge their arms in ice water. Some were allowed to swear and yell, others were not. The ones who expressed anger, they lasted longer. Now, it's important to note that anger doesn't remove the pain. It only makes you more willing to endure it. That's what dark fuel does. It not only gives you forward-moving momentum, it also makes the unbearable bearable. But here's a very important point. What I will show you in a moment should not be used as your forever fuel. Again, try to live mostly in the light and only use it when the beauty of life isn't enough to carry you through. Let joy and love be your main generator for intensity. Like Bruce, don't live in the cave. You only train there. So how does this actually work? Step 1, identify the darkness. The thing they said, the injustice we swallowed, or the pain we pretended didn't hurt. Those are all things that can be harnessed. It's like jet fuel. And there are many forms of darkness you can use as fuel. Maybe it's a moment of deep embarrassment. Maybe it's pain from the past that still echoes when things go quiet. Or maybe it's someone who laughed at you, or something someone said, like, "You're not good enough," or "You can't do that." The key is to find a chip on your shoulder you can leverage. It doesn't have to be huge. In fact, it doesn't even have to be real, because most of what we experience, what we believe to be true, is just narrative anyway. Take Michael Jordan. In The Last Dance, MJ admits something wild. He would invent slights. He'd imagine someone had disrespected him just to light his own fire. A famous example happened during the 1996 NBA Finals, when Jordan runs into Seattle Supersonics coach George Karl at a restaurant, but the Sonics coach walks right by him. No handshake, no nod, no acknowledgement. Most people would shrug it off, but Michael Jordan didn't.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
In the games that followed, Michael destroyed Karl's team. And here's the kicker. George Karl later admitted he deliberately avoided Jordan because he didn't want to give him anything to use for motivation. But in trying not to fuel the fire, he gave him exactly what he needed. And that's the truth about dark fuel. It doesn't have to be fair. It doesn't even have to be true. It just has to be personal. So MJ using the perceived slight as fuel, that wasn't childish. It was calculated. He knew that rage, when channeled, could win games and break records. You see, not every emotion needs to be healed. Some can be redirected, harnessed, or used as fuel. So the first step is this: find the anger, find the slight, find the moment you were underestimated, overlooked, or humiliated. If you can't find one, create one. Ask yourself, what slight, real or imagined, can I use as fuel? What criticism, injustice, or rejection still echoes inside me? What pain am I pretending I'm over that I can actually channel? Then it's time for step 2. Let it boil. This is where you make the past bigger, not to wallow in it, but to extract power from it. You don't suppress the emotion, you amplify it. You replay the moment they laughed at you, the time they ignored you, the look on their face when they said, "You'll never make it." You let it build. You stoke the fire, fuel the flame, feed your rage, so it can drive you. They underestimated you? Good. Now let them watch you prove them wrong. They left you behind? Great. You'll outlast them. They tried to break you? Bad move. Now you're unstoppable. Another great example of someone who uses this technique well is Andrew Tate. Think of him what you will, but his mindset is very effective in being extremely competitive and highly resilient. He puts it like this:
I don't think anger is a necessarily bad thing. I think that misdirected anger is a bad thing. I think if you get very angry about scenarios and you put it in the correct direction, you get unlimited motivation and you get a lot done. The water behind the dam, it can be destructive, but if it's pushing through the turbine, it powers the town, right? So if I wake up and I go, I want more money, if I can get pissed off enough about it, I can do 36-hour workdays.
In this case, I completely agree with him. Anger, when used as a tool, is part of a healthy emotional range. Uncontrolled anger is destructive, but controlled anger can be powerful. It's often not the presence of anger that's dangerous. It's the total suppression of it that can lead to uncontrolled, violent outbursts. So once you've got the darkness or slight you want to leverage, and you've let it boil and build in your mind, now comes step 3. Channel it sparingly. Dark fuel is potent, but it's not clean. Use too much and it burns you. Just look at Anakin Skywalker. He started with good intentions: justice, love, protection. But he let fear of loss and buried rage consume him. Instead of harnessing the dark, he surrendered to it. And in doing so, he didn't just lose control, he lost himself. Anakin became Vader. That's the danger. Dark fuel can drive you to have incredible endurance and strength. But if you rely on it too much, it owns you. Dark fuel, without restraint, without choosing to mostly live in the light, turns you into what you swore to destroy. People like Michael Jordan, Andrew Tate, and even Elon Musk have extreme identity commitment. They know how to tap into pain and let it drive them. In fact, all three have said, one way or another, that it's a curse that follows them wherever they go. It gives them a powerful edge, but it also comes at a cost. Restlessness, no peace, and an inability to switch off.
And I don't think most people would want to be me. They may think they would want to be me, but they don't know. They don't understand.
The pain that fuels their work ethic and relentless drive is also a constant companion, keeping them from resting in the light. Instead, embrace an adaptive mindset, one that lets you draw on darkness when needed, but return to the light when the mission allows. In other words, use dark fuel sparingly. Use it to move forward, not to burn bridges behind you. So how do you channel it? This is the easy part. You take the insult, the rejection, the memory that still stings, and which you've now made top of mind, and you unleash it. You let it push you. You give that darkness a job, and then you'll see yourself move.
You shouldn't have killed my mom and squished my Walkman.
You simply aim it in the right direction while keeping that anger in mind. And you notice it will fuel your cells, thrust you forward, and pulls you into motion. And that's how you channel it, sparingly, intentionally, and only when needed. Let's recap the dark fuel protocol. 1. Identify the darkness. Name the pain. Name the anger, real or perceived. 2. Let it boil. Once you've found it, don't flinch. Don't minimize it, but lean into it. Revisit the moment. Let the memory rise. Feel the sting, the heat, the injustice. Not to suffer, but to stoke the fire. 3. Channel it sparingly. Dip into the dark when the light isn't enough to carry you through. Use it to move forward. Your darkness isn't your enemy. It's your backup generator. If this video helped you somehow, hit the like button so it reaches someone else who needs it. And if you want more mental models from iconic movies, be sure to subscribe to Mindflix and hit the bell. See you in the next video.